everybody chill. Everybody. Today we're just gonna do. hmm? Um. Uh. How? Okay. We'll explain later. Yeah, I don't want to play music just because they might fall asleep. Like, I get it. Yeah. Don't worry. Okay. Sea shanties, yo. Bardcore. Play some bardcore right now. Anyway, we are getting off topic. Let's go. Okay, so I don't remember. Oops, I think it was this one. Yeah, I am recording. You guys aren't going to be heard. It's only going to be me, so don't worry. I made it so that you guys can't be heard. You can without. Miss Weena joins the call. I heard you were talking smack. Okay. Okay. I'm going to save this. Yeah. Okay, it's not saving. Hold up. I don't want to save. Here we go again. Okay. So we're just going to do timing, and I'm going to explain what a timing chart is, how to read a timing chart, why we use timing charts, and how to use a timing chart, basically. But I'm for now. Okay, it's fine now. So I don't know why it was having an error. Okay, let's get into it. So as you can see, I have a. Okay, sorry, I have the node view out because again, I was teaching another class that was focused on the node view. Okay. So let's just focus on. Yeah. Okay, you'll see that there's different shows with different timings. Every show has a different type of timing because that's the style, like that's the stylistic choice of those. For example, Johnny Test has a completely different timing of Teen Titans Go, etc., etc. And Gumball is very snappy, so it has a lot of like less frames. So I'm gonna make a new drawing. Boop. Add another drawing. Just gonna name this timing. Okay. So I have a timing, and then I'm going to name this. Let's just delete all that. We don't need these. We don't need all these. Boop. And then I'm gonna make new thing. Sure. Okay. I'm gonna make it. What color should I make this? Green, red. Okay, red it is. Not too much of a bright red. Okay. So let's first discuss a timing chart and how to like what is a timing chart. So do you guys have any idea what a timing chart is? Okay. Yes. Something like that, yeah. It does count the frames, that is true. What else? Yes, that is true. So a timing chart is basically what its namesake is. It's timing out all of where you want the drawings to be. So for example, so this is the keyframes. So for example, let's just use Johnny Test as one of the examples. The reason why they're all spaced out like this is because, so I'm going to turn on my light box for a quick second. To do that, I'm just going to press this little light box, and it makes everything that is not selected lighter. Okay, sorry, somebody can't join the live stream. Yeah, she can watch on mobile, I'm pretty sure. She has to long press my name, I think, if that's called. Yeah, you can watch streams, live streams. Yeah, like long press my name, I'm pretty sure. Ah, okay. Okay, sorry. It doesn't show. Odd. Yeah, that is weird. She should see. Okay. Yeah, just press me. Just press me. Then join stream. Okay, while she's getting that okay, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, guys. Is you while she's getting that fixed, I'm just going to try to explain. I'm just going to Okay. Okay. While she's getting that fixed, I'm going to explain this because she said she'll be right back. And again, she can always go back to the recordings. I will upload them as well. Okay. So a timing chart is just explaining where you want to put these drawings, and it's also an indication as to where there's going to be an ease in or a slow in and slow out. So ease in and ease out is the same as slow in and slow out. They're interchangeable. So you might hear me say slow in, or you might hear me say ease in. They just mean the same thing. Anyway, so you'll see here, this just means that there is more exposure for these drawings, for these first two frames here. And then there's going to be no drawings whatsoever in the middle here. And then a ease in towards the end. And these numbers you see here represent the keyframes that you're going to be putting the drawings on. So usually a timing chart looks like this. Like it can look like this, just a simple straight line. Or if they're doing more traditional work, so you'll see this more commonly in Klaus, where their timing is a bit different, or like yung mga veteran animators, the ones that are a bit older in the animation industry, they make the timing chart like this, like kind of like an S, and then they have a line in between. So this is just another representation or another way to illustrate the timing chart. So, for example, if I wanted to draw this, like, for example, I wanted to illustrate what this would look like this way, I would simply add a drawing here. So this line, the longer lines represent main keys, and then the shorter lines represent the in-betweens. So these longer lines, this would be frame 1. And then, for example, frame 5. Right? And then I would put this here. This would be 2. And then this would be 3 and 4. So this is just, again, this is just another way into illustrating a timing chart. Because again, you'll see this really commonly in Klaus and traditional animations. If you watch the making of Klaus, you're gonna see this a lot on the sides of the animation that they're making. Like, it's usually on the side here where they put the timing. And you'll even see things like this. So if the animation gets more complicated, for example, so I'm just undoing this to show you. The animation gets more complicated because you're usually passing this along to different people. Usually what they do is, let's say, oh, I have one, this is frame 1, this is frame, let's say 13, and then this is frame 25. Okay, so you'll notice that I'm putting circles around the keyframes that are the main keys. So these are the ones that you do first. That's why they're encircled, because they're mostly the main, like, components. And usually when you're working on a timeline, you pass this along to people. So for example, you have a main key artist, which would make all these main keyframes, the ones that are in circles. And then if they have a certain timing that they want to happen, what they'll do is they'll add on, let's say this one, I want it to be like this. So 1, 3, 5. So very slow here. Yes, I want to say something like this. So this is 3, 5, maybe 3. And you'll also notice that I'm making all of these for mine. I'm making everything on odd numbers. So this is because I'm already thinking ahead, and I'm thinking I'm going to be doing this by 2s, so everything will land on an odd number. So my next keyframe will be 3, etc., etc., etc. So this one's 7. So I'm just going to, for now, leave them like this. I'm not really thinking 9, maybe 11. There you go. Okay. So I'm taking off the circles. Okay. So this is just representing, again, what frames I want these to be on and how close these drawings would be to each other in relation to the timing. However, sometimes you'll also see things like this. So I'm not sure if you guys seen this before. Again, if you just watch Klaus, you'll see something like this. I'm going to use a different color. Well, they'll have like bumps like this. And they're showing like, oh, after this. Something like that. Have you guys seen this before? Where they have like bumps like this on the timeline or something, like they go like this. Yes? No? Hello, everybody? Is anybody there? Yes? Have you guys seen something like this before? Okay. Screams and loss. First time seeing it. So again, I really recommend you guys watching the making of Klaus, because you'll see these on the sides of your, like, if you watch it and like analyze it, you'll see, like, especially in traditional drawings and animation, they'll have the timing chart on the side of the animation, and they'll just like, you kind of will like see it moving. Okay, confused with it. So this one in particular, again, I'll go into it, how to use it. This one in particular, it's basically what it's telling you is what to do, what drawings to do after another. So for example, it's just telling the next person that, oh, after you do frame 1, you should do frame 4. And then after frame 4, I want you to do to frame 7. And then once you finish that sequence of drawings, I want you to do frame 3 to frame 5. And then so on and so forth. So it's just helping the animator that's going to have it next. It's telling the person how they're going to animate it. Because it's just helping them see, indicator. It's an indicator of how they want the drawings to be made one after another, just so that the timing and the consistency stays the same. So you'll notice whenever they use it as well, it's in between, like, oh, there's still some drawings here, there's still some drawings here, etc. It's just to keep that consistency and keep that, hold on, Miss Weena's calling me. Hello, Miss Weena? Yes, okay. Okay, but I'll send you the Discord link again. Yes, I can send it to Messenger na lang po. Thank you. Yes po, I am recording right now. Nare-record din yung call natin. Sige pa. Thank you din pa. Okay, sorry guys. I just have to send this real quick to Miss Weena, the Discord. Yeah, Miss Weena be looking for the link right now. Yeah, this is the permanent. I'm pretty sure this is the permanent link that I've been sending. Or am I dumb and don't know how to... there. Yeah, she's not in call. I don't think she knows how to use it either. It's okay. She is trying. What matters is there is an effort. Okay, she trying. Anyway, back to my discussion. And if somebody joins in, just let me know so that I can give them their... Oh, there you go. This is Annie 11 person. Also a PogChamp. Okay. Everybody here is a PogChamp. Y'all are my little PogChamps. Is that how you use it? Is that how you say it? Okay. Good. Good. Okay. Well, okay. So back to our discussion and how to use timing charts, etc., etc. Again, to really understand it, I think you have to use it. It's really hard to explain it without having to, like, use it. So once you try using them, I really just use this for paperless because you kind of do have to plan things out. Whereas if you're doing cutout animation or any type of other animation, it's really easy to just, like, not use this chart. But it's always good to have a grasp. It's always good to have a grasp on things like this because, of course, we are, let's say you have a fix-up or somebody's trying to explain to you the timing. If you understand how to use a timing chart, you won't have any problem understanding what kind of timing that they want from you. So now going back to this timing chart here. So this is just indicating what frames that they want it to be on. Of course, I'm going to change this so that it's not on ones. It's going to be on twos. So for example, this will be 1, and then this would be 3. This would be 5, 7, and then 9. Okay, so to do that, I'm just going to draw a little circle. We're going to be using just a ball. So I'm going to draw it for now, but then you can just use the ellipse tool, honestly. But for now, I'm just going to draw it because I'm not really going to think about it. This is just my roughs. Okay. And then on my next frame, so I'm going to use it in the timeline, frame 3, I am going to make another drawing here. So you'll notice that my volume is going away. It's getting smaller. So for me to see this, I'm going to turn on my onion skin. So the default for the onion skin, I'm going to, sorry, I need to change it back to the original. One moment, and then I'll explain how to get this. Okay. Okay, so when you first open your onion skin, what's going to happen is it's going to look like this, where there's lines that you can extend like this. And this is good when you don't have that many drawings. However, when you have a lot of drawings, this is going to get cumbersome because let's say, oh, you want to look at a drawing that's all the way over here. You're not going to be able to because it's just so far away. And you're gonna have a hard time seeing it. Okay? So, to avoid this, Harmony has a new way of looking at frames. So I'm going to, to do this, so I press this little onion skin first. And then I'm going to press this little plus sign and look for onion skin. So you'll see that there's a new way of looking at it. I'm going to press this little onion skin with the plus on top. And ngayon, nag-iba yung itsura niya. Yes, I want to say my work. Okay. And I can even change what keyframe that I want to be seen. So for example, I don't want to see this frame. I want to see frame 4, etc., etc. So I can choose what I see. I can choose which ones I see and how intense that I want to see it. But for now, I want to also change from by frames to by drawings. So this is important because it's going to, instead of by frame, so for example, this one, this is frame 2. If I go to frame 2, it will show me this. However, since I'm by drawings now, it will show me my second drawing. So for example, I do this. So it's better to be seen here. Okay, so for example, I go to frame 5 and I want to see just my frame 1. So I'm going to go to my frame 2 so I can just see that. And again, if you guys are going to use a program that's other than Toon Boom, that's completely okay. And again, it's just so that you guys can follow along and like learn how to optimize Toon Boom, because again, that is my specialty, and I can only give you guys that knowledge of like all the tips and tricks and how to make the animation easier. But if you're using something else, that's completely okay, as long as you're able to submit your animations. Okay, so next drawing. So I'm going to on frame 5, it will be here. So you'll notice I'm making everything by 2s. So I'm actually going to do this. So I'm going to trace this and then just move it. And then do the same. So I could just copy paste this, but don't be a hacker. It's good to get in the practice of drawing and, you know, not hacking. Because if this subject was supposed to be in traditional, so in traditional you wouldn't be able to hack it or like copy paste everything. So now, okay. Bam. Okay. There you go. So I'm just going to extend this. So you'll see here, this one is only one frame. I'm going to make it, let's say, I'm going to make it until 60. So now you'll see from, stop. So this is what it looks like. So right now there's timing, but there's no, wala siyang dating. That's because I didn't add any squash and stretch. It really is just the timing itself. So if I were to do this, I would actually squash this a little. Yep. And then for this one in particular, I'd stretch it out real good. A wide boy, exactly. And then this one, I could even draw it so that it's so good. May dating na siya. May dating na siya. I'll go into more depth about the squash and stretch and how to do it properly. This session talaga is purely timing and how to do timing. Is there something that you guys didn't understand? Because I'm going to go through each and every one of these timings. Is it clear so far? So I'm also doing this straight ahead. You'll notice I did it straight ahead by doing each keyframe like this, one after the other. So I'm going to do the pose to pose after this. Okay. So I'll actually use Gravity Falls as an example to use pose to pose. Boop, boop, boop. So if this were me, I'd add more, I'd add something here, like a bit more frames. However, I'm just, sinusundan ko na lang talaga yung timing chart. And I'm also not really focusing on the squash and stretch of it. I really just want to show you guys how to use the timing. Because timing charts are very important in animation, obviously. Because it's timing charts. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add another drawing. So this time I'm going to name it Gravity Falls. Underscore Falls. So you can't use spaces here. You can only use underscores. So that's why Okay, sorry. I read the comment. Here, anyway. So if you, yes, I have. See, I've heard it. Anyway, I'm going to change the timing for this. Again, everything is on ones, so I want everything to be on twos. So that would just make 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. 9, 11. Okay, so just remember this. Right? 5, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Okay, so now we're going to do this pose to pose I'm going to draw, so goodbye to this. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So I'm going to draw the first circle here, and then on frame 13, I'm going to skip all the way to frame 13. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to make my next drawing. So again, post-it pose is usually what we use. 1, 3, 5, 7. So I'm going to go to frame 7 this time, and I'm going to make my circle again. So this time, frame 7, I'm going to hit this box with the X on it. Boop. So it will make a clear drawing. I'm going to do that again. So this time I'm going to squish it a little. There you go. And I'm going to hold this again, press F5 to extend exposure. Boop. So yeah, everything is very choppy, as you can see, because we haven't added anything in between it. So these are our main key drawings. We're going to add the in-betweens between each one now. So I'm going to start with 3. And then another one again. Sure. Okay, buddy. Okay, so now I've done all the in-betweens. And now you'll see the difference. So everything is a bit slower here, you'll see. But it's smoother. It's smoother looking. I don't like this. I'm going to change that. I was going to say that. Let's say your brains. Has a new person joined in our call yet? Yes, they have. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm unsure why you guys can't run the Toon Boom. It should be okay. I'm unsure as to... Yeah, there's some people here because say they can't open. It like keeps on crashing. And I'm unsure as to why that's happening for you guys. I'm not IT. I don't know how to fix that. So we're going to go to, this time we're going to do Teen Titans Go. Nice. Your render Toon Boom animation in an air. No. This time, you know what? Let's use a square. Let's change it up a little. And again. 11. So 11, I'm going to make this like so. So I'm going to just trace this first, just because I want to get that same volume at the end. There's nothing, yeah, I'm not copy pasting because I want to be drawing this. You could, but that's a cheater move, okay? Don't cheat. Don't cheat. Draw it. You can copy paste into, duh. No hacks. Yeah, do the drawing. Guys, it's very simple drawings. You guys should get used to drawing everything, like, just so that, for the sake of being, like, getting used to it and practicing it. If you just copy paste, that's like a cop-out. I mean, I could be doing that, but I'm not doing that. I'm tracing things. It's okay to trace. It's... Exactly. It's okay to trace. Like, that's why I'm doing. You guys can see that I am tracing this box to get that volume. Or let's say if I want to have it squished like so, I can even do it on top of here. Yeah. Yeah, we're usually I'm with the work smart, not harder kind of look, kind of feel. However, you're here to like practice your animation, and if you're not going to draw it, you're not going to be able to build up on it. Cuz like as time goes on, yeah, as time goes on, you're going to be a bit more reliant on the copy paste rather than being able to like draw it yourself in a sense. You need to draw to animate. Yeah, unfortunately, you need to draw to animate. Yeah, so you'll notice, like, it's okay if you're not that good at drawing. Like, for me, I'm not that. Look at this. I'm not. I don't really care. As long as you, right now, especially, we're just focusing on the timing. So if you get the timing and you have a good concept of timing, because animation, again, is just capturing movement or like emulating movement. So it doesn't necessarily need to be good like drawings. It just needs to be good movement. So that's how I look at it. Like, you can see a lot of really rough animations. However, they're really, really good at capturing the feel and then the movement of it, that it doesn't really matter. Like, who's a good example that has like really rough animations that's really good at animating? I mean, Glen Keane, I guess, but he's also like, if he wanted to, he can make everything like really clean. Yeah, James Baxter. No, James Baxter is a very clean animator. Glen Keane is the one. Ed and Eddie, it's still kind of like, that's the style they were going for. Very like rough kind of look. Every frame just like stuttering, like everybody's hopped up on caffeine, which honestly very iconic. Yeah, that's because he worked on them, I'm pretty sure. So now you'll see. Now you'll see. So, yeah, so now you'll see for this, like, it still works even if I change it. If it's not if it's a ball, if it's a square, The timing still remains the same. If I make it I'm gonna make the adventure time a triangle. Because why not? Making shapes, man. A sword? Oh yeah, I should have. No. I should have. I should have made this a triangle, huh? The Gravity Falls one. Well, too late. I already made it. So we'll just go moving forward. Oh, that's fine. Roger Rabbit, in particular, Roger Rabbit is made frame like on ones because it's because Roger Rabbit is live action and animation together. It has to be on ones. So for this one in particular, Roger Rabbit, I'm making it on ones. Everything else is going to be by twos because obviously most of these animations are by two. BMO. Adventure time. Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to very distant lands. Okay. Okay. We'll make it a sword. Yeah, go ahead. You guys have permission to make emotes. You know this, right? You gotta make it small. So I'm just gonna make these simple shapes. Whenever you're animating as well, it's best to, you know, make things first that are like simple shapes before you start making like details. Because again, as you add more details, it's the more things you have to like keep track of. We're all made of shapes. That is true. There you go. So I have this sword. So this again, my timing is going to be by twos. So I'm going to make it 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 13. So it's very similar to Gravity Falls. However, the spacing is different, and you're actually going to see it once I do all the in-betweens. So again, on my last frame will be 13. I'm going to... I don't know. I just drew it. That's all. I don't know. The one that makes the cut, that makes the owie happen. So again, you'll notice that I just traced it, and then I'm going to move it to here. Bam. I didn't copy paste. You guys saw me. I was just drawing it. There's video of it. No! Sorry guys, I'm a tracer. The stabby stab. There you go. Yeah, so it doesn't have any in-betweens yet. So that's what it looks like. It's very clunky. And of course, I'm going to do my in-betweens again. So first, I'm going to do this one here. So that is 1, 3, 5, 7. So 7 here. You'll notice how I'm doing this, which is I do the first and then the last, and then I'll do the middle, and then I'll jump from the middle to another keyframe. So that is just because... Clean with drip. That is just because... That is just because I want to keep that consistency. Again, usually with pose to pose, you can always keep a consistent like look of your drawings. on a tropical island. See there, I just traced it and then I'm moving it to this where I want it to be. Up here. Yeah, it's just a handle. I just wanted to add a little bit of that squash and stretch again. Still, like, even though I'm not really teaching it, you can see I'm kind of applying it already. It's subconsciously I am. Foreshadowing. Because again, as I mentioned like last week, everything is really, really like, Miss Ganda, where's the onion skin po ulit? It's underneath this little kite. You'll see it here. And if you want to find this particularly, like if you want to make this more darker or like lighter, things like that, you can press this little plus button and look for onion skin. So if once you find that, oops, I lost it. Onion skin, boop, boop, there you go. There you go. Okay, why is it like this? Okay. Yeah, someone said sent Goku drip. The first. Yes. Yes, it was. Okay, I'm just gonna put this here. You can also change the color. Let's say you don't like the default color of the onion skin. You can always change that by just pressing this little button, the color, and then, you know, change it to whatever you want. But I like the pink. There you go, and then boop, boop, boop. There you go. Five. Okay. Are you guys following so far? Are y'all distracted by the drip? Okay, don't worry. We'll go. Okay, I'll go along with it with the next animation. Or sorry. So the animation of the onion skin. So you'll see the onion skin here, right? How it's seen. So this is just showing me the old one, the previous drawing, and then the green one is the future drawings. Okay? So if I make a new drawing like so, the old drawing will disappear. And if I want to see that drawing, I can simply add all those numbers. So if you'll notice, if I add more numbers, the more drawings I will see. And this little slider here is just controlling the opacity. Yes. So if I wanted to focus on just, let's say I wanted to focus on just this. Sorry, this. I wanted this one to be the, sorry, like this. I can do that. Or if I wanted to, all of them to have the same opacity, I can. So it just gives you a bit more control over what you can do. Okay, someone pinged me. I'm not sure if I read it yet. Let's see. Oh, where's the onion skin? Oh no, I read it already. See, it was Angelo. Okay. Anyway, I'm going back to doing this. So the reason why we have the onion skin is just to help us keep or maintain, yeah, that consistency, and you can see what your previous drawings look like. So for example, this one, I want it to be a bit more straight now. Let's straighten that out. And then the hook will stay the same. Want that line. And then of course I'm going to move it. And then once more, again, this time I'm going to make it closer to what the final one looks like. So now you will, once I play this is what it will look like. So here you go. Boop. So you'll notice here the consistency is gone. This got way too big. So I can just resize that. So if I don't like it, I can always just restart it as well. So for example, this, I don't like how big this got. I'm just resizing it to fit the look. Did that help? Did that help you understand how to use the onion skin? Or is it still a bit confusing? Okay. So if I turned off timing chart, you'll just see these. So if I wanted to, I could actually stretch this one here. So I'm just turning off the snapping just because I want it to not snap for me. Boop, boop, boop. So you'll notice I'm just stretching and squashing things just to give it a bit more of a personality and it doesn't seem so stiff. So you look for it as well if, ow, hit. So I don't like that. Boop. There you go. So we have a few more to go. We have 4 more to go, to be precise. But this will also be your assignment, you guys. I'm going to send it to you. For the people that aren't going to be using Toon Boom, I will be sending just this image here and then, you know, go crazy. You can make any shape that you want. You can make it like multiple different shapes. You can just make it a circle. As long as you follow the timing properly, that's okay with me. Everything should be on 2s except for Roger Rabbit, because again, Roger Rabbit is actually on 1s. Everything else should be on 2s. Yeah. The reason why anime is by 3s is because they're so underpaid that they have to make do with what they have, the budget that they have. It's not just a stylistic choice, as many people believe. It is because they are very under budget. It is because they're very under budget. That is it. Are we gonna have to watch? Okay. What's 3? Wait, what's 3? So animation, yeah. So animation can be made most of the time. This is the standard timing, which is by 1s, which is every single frame will have a different drawing. By 2s is what we're doing, which is every other frame will have a drawing. So 1, 3, etc., etc. And then there is a third one, which is mostly used in anime, which is by 3s. So that just means that every third drawing will have a drawing. That is why in anime it looks very choppy, but they have really, really strong silhouettes and strong poses, because they have to make up for being able to use by 3 drawings. And that is because, again, they have to like fit into a budget, so they're trying to get paid sufficiently, basically, by that. So next is Young Justice. Young Justice. Add and close. At what cost? Young Justice. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna make a circle again, just because it's faster. And again, it's 7 frames again, so it's probably gonna end at 13. And this time I'm gonna make everything straight ahead. Is that why they don't know? So the reason why their mouths flap is because that's just how they talk. Like, usually they don't have they usually don't have all of the mouth chart. So if you look at their mouth charts, they only have like 2 or 3 drawings for the mouth charts. Like one where they're like this, one where their mouth is like and then that's it. And then one where the mouth is closed. So they don't really do full on mouth like lip syncs like other animator like Gravity Falls, etc., etc. Because in Japan or Japanese, they don't really have all of the mouths that you really need. Like if you watch a Japanese person talk, which I mean you should, like, again, this is all coming from real life. If you watch a Japanese person talk, they actually don't use all of the mouth, like the mouth shapes that we do, because their dialect requires less mouth movements, if that makes any sense. Yeah. They themselves only work on 3 frames per second. No, it's just the way that's just how they pronounce their stuff. So this is, again, I'm going to show you guys what the downside is for the straight ahead. So I just did this straight ahead. I didn't really think about the ending goal. So you'll notice my ball just gets smaller. So that's the tendency when you do straight ahead. And that's why their tendency is you don't really use it that often. There you go. So no, there's no way they're lazy. They're just severely underpaid. The animation is done before the voices are recorded. The animation is done. That's not true. I think if you're talking about dubbing, I guess, and dub, like if you're dubbing something. Yeah. I'll say yeah. Yeah. That's because you need the timing for, like, let's say the delivery of something. So here we go, Samurai Jack now this time. Again, I'm just going through each timing. Usually this would actually take me, this would be super fast for me if I wasn't doing, if I wasn't explaining everything. Because again, this is a class and I want you guys to understand why I'm doing things, what I'm doing, why things are the way they are. And I want everything to be clear because, again, this will be your assignment, having to do the timing. So I'm going through this real quick. I'm going to make this a triangle. You know what? Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe you guys can get into contact with the IT. Yeah, for the people that don't have... yeah, I mean, that's up to you guys. Whatever you're comfortable with. I mean, the 12 principles of animation is transferable to any type of medium. If you wanted to, sure. If you're that determined. Oh, if you're really determined, MS Paint, go ahead. Yeah, if you're really determined. I love the Tagalog dubs. I don't know about you guys. I love the Tagalog dubs. Kainin mo to. What is with this, guys? Oh, Tagalog dub. Okay, here comes Roger Rabbit. The one that has the most. I'm gonna actually put effort in this. Okay, so I'll put effort in this. I'll put all the timing and stuff like that. Tool. Okay, on 12. Boop. Bum, bum, bum. That's constantly playing in my head 24/7. So for Roger Rabbit in particular, I can't really add a lot of squash and stretch because there's so many keyframes. If I do add that, it's going to look really, really wonky. And I'll actually show you in a bit after I do all the drawings. Like why I won't do that. So again, I'm just going... I'm going through each one. And kind of just, tracing this again. Yes. This one, the one with the X. So, for example, I'm putting a keyframe in between this, and instead of deleting it like this, what I usually do is I just press uh, this little box with the X in it, and it makes a clear drawing, an empty drawing. So this one. No, I didn't copy paste. No, don't cancel me. I swear I didn't copy paste. Kerbo back, bro. Kerbo back, baby. My existence is pain. Yeah. Oops. So I'm actually holding shift so that I can maintain like it's staying on the same plane. If I don't hold shift, what's gonna happen is I can move it around and like what might happen is it'll look like it's not on a plane. So I'm just holding shift. Boop. Again, I'll show you in a quick minute. So I'm just selecting this and then holding control and shift. Boop. Hey, animation is fun. Yeah, that's the mantra. It's very fast. I don't like that. I don't like how fast it is. No, I'll change it again. I'll change it once I get the timing done. There's no by threes here. Do you see? I don't have any by threes. It's everything is by ones right now. For Roger Rabbit. Yes, you can. You can. You can do any type of timing, really. Like if I wanted to make this by three, I could. However, you know, yeah, if you, it's very choppy. Yeah, it's very choppy. If you notice with anime, it's super choppy looking, especially if the poses are not properly like posed. Yeah. Yeah, you'll understand what I mean if you go back and like watch some anime. Like there's some anime that is really well animated. Like Your Name is very good. You can't really. Sometimes there are by threes. Okay, I don't like the face. I don't like how fast the face is moving. So we're just gonna delete that. It's too fast though. Yeah, so even in like simple animations. Usually it's good to just not get attached to something. Just delete it. Just say goodbye. No, there's gonna be a face. There's gonna be a face. I'm just fixing it. I'm just making the timing different. Damn. Did Ellie just die right now? Why? There you go. That's better. What do you mean extra layers? Huh? Ah, so these here? Because I was adding drawings like so. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Yeah. Yes, they have. They all have that. Those separate 4 layers. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I really want you guys to use Toondom because again, I think moving forward, you guys in animation, you're gonna be using this program. Yeah, no, not now. Duh. If you don't want to work, yeah. If you don't want to move, there you go. There you go. You got some Kerbo. Didn't Kerbo wear a hat? Yeah, why not? Okay, so no, I'm gonna make the. I'm gonna. The top hat's gonna float. Yeah, I will. I want to add some hands though. So you'll notice, you guys, whenever I'm adding details, I do it last. So I always do that. I always do the main action first, and then I get down to the nitty gritty details. The tendency is when you first start animating, you really want to put the details in right away, but it's going to make you really, really confused. So I always, I mean, you could. I know, I know some cheats to do that, but for now, don't do it. Yeah, something like that. Ma'am, do you click? Sorry, what was this? What was the question mark? Somebody questioned me. Ma'am, what do you click when moving around the drawing? Okay, so when I'm moving around the drawing, for example, I want to move this. I can hold control. Yeah, that's also okay about sending. I'm not really strict with the deadlines except for when it comes to like the midterms and the finals. When it comes to like assignments, that's okay. I don't really mind. Anyway, back to the original question that Avila asked. In order for me to select this, let's say I want to move this drawing and I'm still using the brush tool, just hold Control, and then you can move it around. Yes, Control Shift. Double Shift, yeah. I just learned how to play it like with my right hand. It's too hard to try by my left, honestly. Then you have to like customize each ukulele you have. Nah, fam. Yeah, it's too hard. Yeah. You have to conform to the right hand world. Slap of the bass, man. You slap of the bass. Slap of the best man. Have you not watched that movie? What? Yo, you haven't watched. You guys watch that movie. It's called I Love You Man. It has Ant-Man and Marshall from How I Met Your Mother. It's funny. It's funny. I Love You Man. Slap. There you go. I'm not going to say the whole world. It looks like he's holding Those are his feet, okay? Those are his feet. Those are his feet. Question, is it okay? Oh wait, sorry. I thought that was a new question. Me big dumb. It wasn't. Those are legs. Those are legs. Huh? Wise men say. Wise. You have to sing it like every ukulele girl sings it. Wise man. So again, you'll notice whenever I'm animating, I always start with the main that main shape, and then I add on to it. He rolling, he rolling. They see me rolling, they hating. Now let's add the hat. He do be vibing. Okay, so this one's gonna be a bit more complicated. I'm gonna actually use instead of using the line art, I'm moving to the overlay just so that I can manipulate them separately without having to, think too much. He was wearing like a little hat. Okay, so go to Edit, Preferences, and then in Advanced, make sure that it's checked. Just press OK. Support overlay and underlay arts. Make sure that's checked and press OK. And there you go. You got your four boys. Yes? Wait. Sorry. Someone is asking a question? Sorry, guys. Can you... Mm-hmm. So you would have to go in, like, go back using the pencil editor, and then you would manually have to change it. That is the correct way. Yes. So that is because it's on the underlay layer. So you have to go on the underlay layer and then erase it. No, it's okay. You don't have to. It's in the Annie 11 recordings. We must conform. The first one. There's the first one I sent. Get to know Toon Boom Tools. That's it. No problem. So I decided last minute I'm just gonna make it on him. And you know, we'll see where this goes. For the other class, I think I drew a sad bunny. Why not? Oh. Why not? I think so. Yeah, you guys are iconic. Got a high car Kerbo with the Sad Boy Bunny. Yeah, I'll show you guys later after this. If you want to see it. But it's a sad boy. Sa ilalim ng puting ilaw. It looks like he ate the hat. It looks like he ate the hat. Chomp. We'll leave it like that. We'll leave it like that. Consumer of hat. Consumer of hat. Okay. There you go. Yeah, just so I'm gonna stop now because I will honestly keep going and I'll keep on adding stuff to Kirby. Kerbo, enough. Yes. Definitely. I'll give you guys the file. Yeah. No cheating though. go ahead if you want to use Kerbo, sure. Each one, Kerbo. Yeah, like guys, you can do whatever you want. I'm not very strict when it comes to these things. Just like pass. Of a I'm gonna also touch up a little, just tackle a little bit of like animating effects. Yeah, just so that you guys can see it. I'm not gonna color this, so. Oh, it's on another layer, so I have it on my overlay. My hat is on my overlay, and okay. So that's why I made my hat on a different layer, so I could do that specific thing. Yeah. Most of our classes will be like this. Most of our classes will be like this, where I'm just drawing and you guys are gonna watch, cause I mean that's what animation is. I'm literally just like live stream. That's up to you. I mean, you're gonna be missing the class, so. And you can always like watch the recording as well. But I don't encourage you guys going to sleep. That's rude. I can't sleep. You can't sleep. Duh. Oh, what? This is not clean. This ain't clean. Oh, I mean just practice, I guess. I mean, I'm not really good at drawing in general. And you just gotta, huh. I blame the Philippines. I blame it because I'm Filipino. That's it. Just blame it on Filipinos. There you go. We got our Kerbo. It looks like he bounces at the end. If you notice here, if you look at the end, it looks like he bounces. That's just because of the hat. I didn't change the way that if you check the ball, it's still staying on a singular plane. Like if I drew a line here, yeah, it is an optical illusion because of the hat. If you want to see this on, wait, I'm gonna see. I kind of like the animation for this. I'm gonna do this real quick. Uh, Okay, don't mind this. Don't mind this, okay? I'm just doing something. I want to see if it works. Yeah, this is a bit more advanced. Don't mind it. Don't mind it. I want to see if it works. Yeah, I'm gonna make him just. Ah, damn. I don't like that though. I don't like that. It stops. There you go. He rolling. He rolling away. Bye. If it were on twos, it's gonna work. It's gonna move really, really slow, like super slow. Like, I'll give you a preview actually. No, it will be smooth. It will be smooth. It's just not gonna be. It's just not gonna be as what you think it would look like. There you go. It'll be very, very slow. It still looks smooth. It's just really, really slow compared to like this. Okay, so if you're gonna add keyframes, good question by the way. Again, I usually go on autopilot for these things. If I want to make or add keyframes, I'm going to press Shift plus to add, and then minus to take away. So again, Shift plus to add, and then minus to take away. Huh? Yes, each individual drawing I went Shift plus, and then I added each drawing. So, oh dang, don't open movies. Yeah, so here I just go like that. So to make it by twos, but of course I want everything to be by ones because that's the way it'd be. I'm just gonna do this real quick though. Yeah, it's gonna go bye-bye. Sorry, I just had fun. Again, guys, animation is fun. Just have fun with this. There you go. So that is, it's a bit more advanced, and I'm not gonna teach you guys that. I'll probably guys teach you like if I have you in animation. Yes. No, the way I did the way I moved Kirby so that he's constantly like rolling. Nah, nah. I could teach you guys, but I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to confuse you. I'll probably, if we have time, like, and we're close to finishing this like this animation class, I will teach you guys. How about that? I'll give you guys the tips. Because again, I just don't want to confuse you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could Google it, but what are you gonna Google? Kirby Luma. His name isn't even this isn't even Kirby, it's Kerbo. Get it right. Kerbo with Tarpa. Oh yeah, the preview on the bottom here, because I have the preview thing open. Just close it. Okay, I got really distracted with the Kerbo because I had a really fun time making him. So we still have two more, like one more timing to do. So a simple fish, I'm gonna make it Darwin. Why not? Okay, I can't. So why can't I draw on this? Okay, hold on. Hold on one moment. I have to fix something. Okay, sorry. I needed to fix something real quick. Off screen. Again, you guys would have gotten really confused as to what I did. Yeah, let's make it Gumball's face, but knockoff Gumball. Not knockoff Gumball. I don't remember what he looks like, so so is this Darwin? Is this Darwin? Is this Darwin? Don't send a picture. Don't send a picture. Don't send a reference. We're just gonna go off of what I remember him looking like. Or does he look like this? No, don't send a reference. Whoever sent a reference, I'm closing my eyes. I don't see it. he's he's seen some dark stuff. He's seen some dark stuff, my dudes. We'll there you go. Hey, keep it PG here. Keep it PG. It's not gonna be hurting the recording. I have it muted, so but stop. Don't do that. That is illegal. I cannot see. Huh? So this is all just tying into like Again, whenever you use the 12 principles of animation, it's kind of really hard to separate them from each other or isolate them from each other, just because they are really, really like close knit together. You can't really have one without the other. So, I'm um, I'm going to trace the, what's this called? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, yeah. I gotta trace him. Yeah, I would have put more stuff to it. If you guys want me to animate him like fully like stopping against a wall, I could, but he would die, and I don't want him to die. There you go. Yep, it's just 4 frames. But two, each of them by 4, each of them by 2. Sorry, because it's very snappy. If you haven't seen Gumball, it's snappy. Yeah, but so this is 1, 2. Why is this 4? Why is this on 4? Here you go. Oh, I miss Club Penguin. I miss the old one. I don't like the new one. There's a new one. Okay, there you go. Here is Darwin. Darwin the fish. All right, guys, have any questions regarding this activity? When is the deadline? Next week. But it's okay. Again, guys, again, when it's assignments, I'm not very like strict along like the deadlines for them. Once it's like midterms, finals, that's where I'm kind of like, okay, you have to meet this deadline in particular because yeah. Yeah, you guys can DM me, you guys can message me, whatever. I will reply. And if you guys want like a one-on-one session, if you can't understand them, that's okay. I am willing to do that as long as long as I'm not busy. If I'm busy, then I'll just be like, I can't. Maybe next time. Yeah. Yes. Wait, who? What? Which one are we talking about? Yes. They always end up. They always. So the how I remember if something is on twos, is I have a lot of things going on in my life. How to remember if you are on twos is if your frame ends up being on a odd number. So whenever it's on an odd number, your frames are on twos. So if you'll notice, every single of my frames, they always end up being on. So I'm just gonna show you this real quick. Press T to collapse everything. Every single of my frames, maliban dun sa Kirby ko, is on, always ends up on an odd number. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. 13 and then 15, etc., etc. You would. You would, technically. Yeah, so if I were to add more to this, obviously, if the ball stops, it would have like, if it stops like abruptly, it would have like a bounce back, etc. But again, this is just to show you guys the timing, so I didn't really add anything else except for, the fish. He kind of just like, boop. Honestly, I would add more to this. Let's see, boop. Yes, you have to zip it. So for example, this one, I would send it to you guys. I would have it zipped. So for example, if I were to give this to you guys, uh, this one here, I'm going to send to just zip it, and then just name it as I need to name it, and then I'll send it to you guys. So I'll have that whole entire folder. No problem. So I'm going to add another drawing here. Just because I can. Yes? Yeah, again, I'm not really strict about this. Like, technically next week yung deadline nito. Next week. But, I mean, as long as you're, like, once you're able to do the activities, tatanggapin ko naman siya. There's not going to be any reduction in terms of, like, being late for the assessments or activities. Except for, of course, like, the finals, that's when I'm going to be strict. Like, because that's the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, like, deadline is deadline, but I understand you guys are in a. it really be like that sometimes, okay? It's hard. I get it. I don't know, man. It's about to be a year. It's about to be a year of COVID, because the lockdown was started on my birthday, so that's how I remembered it. Darwin the boy fish. This one. Okay. Who is asking a question? Someone was asking a question about the frames. Uh, Something about frames. I'm unsure. Question: Do we have? How do we know the placement of the frames? What do you mean? Like, how do you know where you're going to put each frame? So that is why we have the timing chart. So obviously this is by ones. However, of course, we're making everything by twos. So, for example, actually, I'm gonna make a new drawing. Boop, add and close, whatever. There you go. So this would be, for example, oh my god, what's happening? Why is it not connecting? Don't mind that. Don't look. Yeah, that's a foreshadowing. Yeah, don't mind that. So for example, when it says 2, that should be 3. Yeah. And this is where you're going to put your frame. 3, 5, 7, 9. Yeah, that's in rigging. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 13. There you go. We're not speaking of that number. Yes. There are not there are no 13th floors. It is very rare to have 13th floors. Yeah, for Roger Rabbit, this is fine. This is okay, but then like 1, 3, 5, 7. Boop. So I'm going to render this again. Once you guys are gonna submit this, make sure to render things. So first things first, though, I'm going to add a color card. Boop. Um, every time, not for the tools. We don't need to. You don't need to render the tools. You just need to render this because it has animation. So again, just export this movie. Browse. Boop 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 boop. I'm just gonna leave it outside, and then I'm gonna name this timing. Yeah, that's just the animation. Kind of sus. It was just a draw. It was for. I think I sent it to here. I think I sent it to the art share, but that was the animation that I did for that. Okay, yeah, and we're done. So I'm going to stop this recording, cause, yeah. See, we're pretty chill. I told you guys, very chill this week. I like chair. I like cherry. Oh, I love Lily too. She's so adorable. But I don't have her as a villager. Okay, so I'm gonna stop my recording.